Cousin abandoned my niece at my house while I was camping. Over the week, my husband and I went on a camping trip before summer season with its glorious warm weather was officially over. We weren't at home and had no cell reception where we were. We left Thursday, September 7th and returned on Monday, September 11th. While we were away, my cousin left my niece still strapped to her car seat outside my house door on Friday, September 8th and sent me some text messages. Remember, I had no cell reception where I was camping. I would never have known while I was gone. I saw the missed messages after I returned home. It wasn't a request to ask if I can help her. It was simply a message notifying me that she left my niece in front of my door along with a bag with her stuff for the weekend. She did not ask me beforehand if I could help her babysit. There was no possible way for me to know. Even if I knew, I would have still declined unless it was a medical emergency in the family and they had no other choice. I live in a rural area where everyone is on 30-acre plots of land, so no one knew my niece was there. I had no clue. The neighbors had no clue. My niece was literally abandoned in front of my door until Saturday noon when my parents came by to drop off my parcels that were delivered to their house. That's when they saw my niece. My parents called my aunt and had her come pick her up. I can only assume that my parents, my aunt, and my grandmother scolded my cousin for leaving my niece at my door. When I got home, all I saw was the initial text message telling me that my niece was dropped off at my place. Then a string of very rude text messages and voice messages from my cousin calling me irresponsible for leaving my niece outside and endangering her. Because what if the coyotes in my area attacked the helpless infant? I'm just so frustrated. Update. What exactly do child welfare agencies do? Last weekend I was out of town camping in a place where I had no cell reception. I left on September 7th and returned on September 11th. While I was gone, my cousin dropped off her daughter, my niece, at my porch September 8th evening. My niece was strapped to the car seat there overnight and not found until September 9th, noon when my parents so happened to be coming by. I live in a rural area so it was not possible for neighbors to have seen or heard my niece. They live too far away. Porch is covered but that was still incredibly dangerous because it's a rural area known to have coyotes and other wildlife. Upon return, I saw a ton of missed messages, voice messages, and missed calls from my cousin. Messages starting with her telling me she dropped my niece off to her being rude accusing me of endangering my niece. Let me be clear. She dropped her off unannounced. She never asked me if I could help her babysit or anything. She simply abandoned my niece on my porch while I was out of town. She assumed once I saw a text message, I would open the door and bring her inside to watch for the weekend. My husband called the police and it doesn't seem like there has been any consequences for my cousin. It's been a week now and my cousin still has my niece. The only thing that happened was some officers came to take our statement. We obviously said we never agreed to take care of my niece and showed them all the text messages they left. My cousin lied saying I had agreed to watch her. My aunt, cousin's mom, not wanting her to get in trouble also lied to say I had agreed to watch her and said it was all an unfortunate misunderstanding. So what exactly happens in these situations? I'm sure police are required to report this to child welfare agencies. Do these agencies just do a checkup to see if there's anything dangerous in the home and then leave with nothing done?